Bangladeshi court sentences ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina to death, former leader convicted of crimes against humanity over last year's deadly protest crackdown. And looking more into Sheikh Hasina's verdict, we're joined by Amit Ranjan. He's research fellow at the Institute of South Asian Studies at the National University of Singapore. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Amit. We just heard that short clip from the special tribunal in Bangladesh. Now, in the weeks before this verdict, Ms. Sheikh Hasina has spoken to various media outlets, and she's spoken after the verdict to stress that she feels this verdict is politically motivated and a foregone conclusion, casting some doubt on the integrity of this judicial process. Would her claims carry any weight?
Thanks, Luke, for having me in your program. This is one of the crucial moments for Bangladesh politics, with the former Prime Minister who was sentenced to death, along and also the Interior Minister and the IGP, Inspector General of Police. He was sentenced only for 5 years because of his he helped the ICT in the process. Now the issue is that how this is going to be implemented, since Hasina is in India and the Interior Minister, he is absconding. No one knows where he is, as Bangladeshi newspapers, Bangladeshi media is saying. So the implementation is an issue, how this verdict is going to be implemented. So that we have to look at it. While the Ministry of Minister of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh, they have after that they have released a statement saying that we requested India to send back Hasina immediately. Then there was law advisor also. He was saying that we will request India for speedy extradition of Hasina. But how the things unfold, and especially how India reacts to it, that is going to be an important thing to watch.
Dr. Amit, earlier we spoke to our India correspondent. In fact, this is Bangladesh. The interim government has made that request for extradition for Ms. Hasina several times, the first time in December last year. And India has yet to comply with these requests. In the absence of compliance, would the people in Bangladesh see that justice has been served in just a verdict that is not, in fact, implemented?
So India has to look after India's own interest, and also due to India's close ties, India's establishment close ties with Hasina's family. So India has to look after the both thing and then take a rational decision which suits its own interest. And now, if you look at, there's always a question that what from now, what from here, where Bangladesh can go. Bangladesh can raise the issue at multilateral forum, can raise the issue such as the UN, it can do international court. But still, it has to deal the issue bilaterally. And how, especially the not interim government, the government who is going to come back after election, that has to take the issue, because the present one is just an interim government. It's not a full-fledged government. So how the two countries engage, how the new government which comes after the elections in February, how going to take up the issue, how it is going to engage with India, and what the Indian policymakers, what the Indian decision makers think about the issue. Extradition treaty is there, but there are also like in the extradition treaty you cannot extradite someone because there's a government who is using that treaty as a political vendetta. So that all things India has to look at, and then it has to look at its own interest also, and then friendship, balancing both, and then it has to decide. That it's not a very easy decision to make. But we have to wait.
Okay, Dr. Amit, India will have its own sovereign interests, but for the Bangladeshi interim government led by Muhammad Yunus, they have their interests, so they need to be drawing a line under the old administration and moving on. And there are proposed elections. Whether this goes ahead in February next year, we shall see. But in a way, delivering accountability, not just for last year, but possibly 15 years of governance under Sheikh Hasina's government. Is this verdict enough for Bangladesh to move on?
Her 15 years of rule, if you look at and so every government, every leader, they do some good things, some bad things. And Hasina's rule been marked by undemocratic process, human rights abuse, crackdown on dissents, political dissent, crackdown on opposition leaders. Except the fact that she has contributed to the Bangladesh economy and made it world-class economy. That is only one contribution which Hasina has. But then, if you look at the present interim government also, if they say that they are not going to allow Hasina's party to contest the election, or they are going to ban the election. That is also an undemocratic way, because people, they don't only vote for the government, they also vote for the opposition. So when you have a good government, or say a majority government with equally effective opposition, that makes a democracy work, that makes democratic institutions to work, and that makes a democracy be more effective. So what Hasina did in 15 years, this government which has come, they have to prove that no, we are not like Hasina. Otherwise, they will be equally responsible for killing the democracy more in Bangladesh. And during the last days of Hasina, 1,400 or 1,500 protesters were killed, and the way the institutions work, the way she worked, that's her statements calling the protesters anti-national, or using the word Rajakars, or every time she's making all such statements were really hurtful to the Bangladeshis. So
Okay.
now it is between the government and the state, how they are going to tackle this, and how they are going to look at the Awami League's future in the country.
All right, thanks. Dr. Amit Ranjan from NUS. Of course, Dr. Amit referring there to that disputed decision by the NUS administration to outlaw the Awami League, so that in a way precludes that party, the former ruling party, of taking part in any elections next year. Thanks, Dr. Amit.